Yo, my friends, what is up? It is Hippo, and do you like Zoe 101? Do you like K-pop? Well, then this show was made for you. So when the show starts, it is summer vacation, and Kitty, our main character, is on FaceTime with her long-distance boyfriend, Dae. Now, Dae goes to the Korean International School of Seoul, or KISS. Now, if you ever wanted to go to PCA from Zoe 101, this school is amazing. It has food, on-campus living, amenities, amazing mixed use with nature and easy access to hiking, super close to the city of Seoul, and like 3 adults who don't seem to be particularly worried about curfews or rules. I hope you like soap opera-y romantic drama because that's literally all this show is. And you know what? They're kind of revolutionary in that way. They cut out all the fat and they blister through every single possible cliche from a romantic comedy or a soap opera that you could think of. I got whiplash watching this show, how often these characters are in these ridiculous scenarios. They got love triangles, love rectangles, love pentagons. I mean, everything that you could think of. This show is actually a spin-off of the To All the Boys I've Ever Loved movie. And is it a worthy addition to the All the Boys I Ever Loved verse? It's basically about the sister, a mini Lara Jean, that's just like a little more confused. You know, that's fine. I mean, they're siblings. Now I'm going to hit you with a really cool coincidence. KISS, the school that Dae goes to, is also the school that Kitty's late mother went to long ago. Thus, for the dual reason of knowing more about her mom and getting to be with her boyfriend Dae, she decides to apply to KISS, and within 10 minutes of the show, she is already there, ready to start the next school year. Right after Kitty gets to Seoul, we are introduced to Yuri, who is the daughter of a massively wealthy CEO of a hotel company. You know that Yuri is cool and rich because they are playing Blackpink non-diegetically when we see her first, so you understand that she is cool and rich. She is kind of being an asshole to a service worker.
이거 전부 다 계산해 주세요.
And then is bombarded by, I don't know, fans or like paparazzi. And the show's over. Kitty's dead. I can't say that I expected that. Interesting choice from the director. Now, there are a ton of characters that we have to meet after this, so I'm going to lightning round this. We got Kitty, we got Yuri, we got Dae. Now there are Dae's 2 friends and roommates, Minho and Q. Then there are the 2 adults that we are initially introduced to, Professor Lee and the dean of the school, who is also Yuri's mom. Kitty actually met Minho earlier in the airport on the way to Seoul. She bumped into him, and then she notices that he goes to KISS too, and she says something, and then he just is like,
"No English."
And she's like, rude. But he was lying. He speaks English. Now, it needs to be noted that Dae does not know that Kitty is here or that she's going to be going to KISS. Bold move, but you know what? If you were a teenager that just discovered caffeine and TikTok, I could understand why you think this would be a good idea. Anyways, there is going to be a dance later that night, and Kitty is planning on surprising him at this dance where they will get that sweet, sweet first kiss.
God damn it, Q! This is bespoke! Shut up about the clothes for a second. Look at our boy.
Where did they get that suit?
Yo, Dae!
It's happening. He's here.
Can Q see through walls? He's like, yeah, look at our boy. And then Dae walks in from another room. Dae walks in, and at first he is so excited to see Kitty. It is so romantic up in here.
Are you kidding me? You're blowing my mind right now. What are you doing here?
But then...
This is Dae.
The person you were telling me about in the car?
Yeah. My boyfriend.
Dae, you dirty lying son of a bitch! How could you do that to my girl Kitty? Come on now! After this, Kitty is naturally distraught, so she runs out, And she runs into the new teacher and the third and final adult that works at this school, Alex Finnerty from Melbourne, Australia.
I'm Alex Finnerty from Melbourne, Australia. I'm a new teacher here this year.
He almost sounds like annoyed that she didn't already know he was from Melbourne. He's like, Alex Finnerty from Melbourne, Australia? You fucking idiot. You didn't know I was from Melbourne, a city that is in Australia? Let's get with the program, kitty.
Alex Finnerty from Melbourne, Australia.
I mean, God.
Sorry, I'm just looking for the loo.
Sorry, I'm just looking for the loo. After this, Kitty goes back to her room when, big reveal, and of fucking course, she is in a new girl situation, living with Dae, Minho, and Q.
But someone like that is brutal.
Except it wasn't a breakup because it wasn't a real relationship. No one's gonna blame you for upgrading a pen pal for an actual girlfriend.
They're not actually scared or surprised by this. They're kind of just like, yo, Marius?
Marius?
So apparently Marius was their roommate last year, and I guess Marius just often screams like this because, yeah, it's just like, yo, it's Marius. I didn't know Marius was here already.
I thought Marius went back to Greece.
So they bust into the room and start tearing the covers off the bed like, Marius, come out, come out.
Oh, hey, Marius, wake up. Time for class. A little help.
And you know what? I'm starting to understand why Marius would often scream like this, and also why he decided not to return to this school because, wow, what a violation of privacy. I mean, they're being so aggressive about it. Look at this. Poor Marius, dude. You get the classic sitcom scream, and they all run out and start fighting each other and killing each other.
Dae's crazy ex-pen pal broke into our dorm to murder us.
Well, no, that's what they wanted to do, I think, but they work it out.
You're listed as song Covey.
So?
Some can be a guy's name. That's why they assigned you to the guy's dorm.
What?
What a fuck up, right? Come on now, guys. So we come to find out that Yuri is actually in a relationship with another woman named Juliana, and that she's only dating Dae as like a cover from her parents. And Dae is doing this because he's actually the son of Yuri's limo driver, the one that hit Kitty. So Yuri is helping pay for his tuition in exchange for pretending to be her boyfriend. But it gets a little more complicated because Yuri's dad gets into a PR scandal when he yells at one of his kitchen staff at his hotels.
소중한 딸이 여름 내내 운전기사 아들을 만나고 있는데 당신이 두 팔 벌려서 환영했잖아요.
And they make Dae sign a bunch of contracts and NDAs, so he can't tell Kitty that it's a secret relationship, but Kitty's smart. Kitty has an intuition for things like this, and she's able to piece this together just by watching how Dae and Yuri interact, like off to the side.
Oh my god. He's faking it. That's a fake relationship.
Dae is so fucking bad at talking. He's constantly just like, Kitty, let me talk to you about it. And then he just doesn't.
Just let me explain, Kitty.
No. For starters, What?
As the show goes on, Kitty kind of intertwines herself more in this community, making more and more friends, and they are constantly getting off for events and Korean holidays and old school traditions, and they go to these beautiful locations on school trips, barely do any schoolwork. I mean, Jesus fucking Christ, where do they find the time for all this shit? Because on top of all this, they are constantly so enveloped in this romantic soap opera drama. No kid at this school is studying. They say that they're studying, and they have scenes where a character will be like, hey, I'm studying. I can't talk about this right now. But then they just talk about it anyway. What's interesting and what I didn't expect is the show actually takes like a left turn and turns into a bisexual awakening story. Because after the kind of conflict between her and Day is resolved, it's only halfway through the show. And the instant that she has Day, she's like, actually, I don't want this anymore. And it's actually cute. Like, it worked. And I just feel like it's funny, though, because it's like this show was already like I said, you know, we got love triangles, rectangles, pentagons, dude. I mean, we're at the point of like, this character likes that character who likes this character who's actually with this character, but they're secretly with this character who's with that character, but they're lying about being with this character. And that person is with that person's mom, and that person's dad is actually cheating with the dean of the, like, Jesus fucking Christ, watching this show is insane. This show is definitely like playing into the online shipping culture. Like, even the official Instagram account for the show like posts screenshots and they're like, who are you rooting for to end up together in season 2? Kitty and Day, Kitty and Yuri, or Kitty and Minho? Like, Kitty is flooded with options, and so is everyone else at this school because, I mean, they're like rabbits over here, dude. That's all they do.
Haven't any of you ever gotten stuck in a Saturday detention and kept the party going when your teacher leaves the room? Makeouts moving back by the rare books. I like an organized chaos.
Like, what? These people do not act like teenagers. They're melodramatic 30-year-olds. And I mean, considering half the cast are like 30 years old, that makes sense. At the time of this show's release, Yuri's actress was 30 years old and Minho's actor was 27. The fucking actor who plays Alex Finnerty from Melbourne, Australia was 24 years old. How are the fucking half the fucking kids are older than him? Now, the actress who plays Kitty was 20 at the time of release, which is the same age as Day's actor being 20, and Q was 22, which is good. Quick side note, but the actors that play Minho and Yuri are actually siblings in real life, which I did not realize until editing this video. In those screenshots that I just put up of their ages, it says siblings, and I was like, wait, what? But yeah, okay, I didn't know that up until today, and I've seen this show 3 times, so. I can't help but feel that Yuri was severely miscast, considering the fact that the show kind of shifts from Kitty and Day to Kitty and Yuri. It's like very stark watching it that like Yuri is way older than Kitty, and not in like a junior to senior type of way, you know? Not to say that Gia Kim like was a bad actress in this. It's just like so obvious that she is so much older than this girl. Yeah, I don't know. Xokitty was insanely popular. Anna Cathcart, who plays Kitty, has 5 million followers on Instagram, which is pretty fucking impressive considering that she has been in almost literally nothing else. So good for her. But I mean, I'm just shocked like how actually popular this show was. I didn't know that. I mean, she's great in the show. Oh yeah, I forgot. Well, guys, it has been a long day, and I've decided to teleport to Seoul to get in on some of this nightlife because watching Xokitty has left me kind of itching for it. And that's the appeal of the show, right? Beautiful scenery, beautiful people, beautiful living, no rules. You know, same appeal as like Zoe 101 or Victorious. Like, this person gets to go on this like amazing journey where adults just don't really seem to be in the picture at all. And you know, that's, I think, a good thing to have. I loved those kinds of shows when I was younger. I watched them all. I was you got the trifecta of shit that 2000s kid had, you know, Cartoon Network, Nickelodeon, Disney. I was on all that shit. You know, Austin Alley, Victoria, any of those shows, I ate that up. Me and my sister on weekends, dude, we would just sit there and watch that shit for hours on end, man. And so I have to admit that, like, I enjoyed this show. Like, I can't lie. It kind of brought me back to that feeling. It made me want to go to Korea, as corny as that is. Like, Seoul is a beautiful city, and they do a really good job of showing that. It's so blisteringly fast with drama that it's like almost impossible, I feel like, to sit through this show and not be like, oh, you know? And the thing is, it's not just romance stuff. There's like a secret long lost brother plot where Kitty thinks that Alex Finnerty from Melbourne, Australia, is her long lost brother, but then it turns out that he's actually the long lost son of Professor Lee. I mean, shit is crazy. Q's boyfriend cheats on him. Minho, we get development with his mommy issues because his mom is actually a famous Korean actress and she doesn't have any time to be with him. There is just tons and tons of stuff. The season ends with Kitty failing and having to go back to Portland at the end of the school year, and she has kind of an amicable breakup with Dae, and then it is left on a cliffhanger because Minho is on the plane with her and admits that he's fallen in love with her, and that's where we are left off. We do know that xokitty is confirmed to be getting a season 2, so I'm definitely going to be making another video on that when it comes out. So if you want to see that, make sure to like and subscribe and stay tuned. And if this was funny, if this made you laugh, if this entertained you, make sure to go and check out this video that I'm going to put up right here. Much love, guys. Have a wonderful day or night, and I will see you next time. Hippo out.